If you want to see the 6 products I currently have pan in, then stick around. Okay, let's get this out of the way. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content on this channel in general, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. We are talking pan today. Now, we have to talk pan in the context of a couple of things. So a few disclaimers up front, if you don't mind. I have only actively been using full face makeup for about 2 years. It's just over the 2-year anniversary. I went into Sephora in November 2016 and haven't looked back. I have had a full complement of cosmetics ever since, although I started with one Makeup Forever HD foundation, and it was the start of something magnificent. I really enjoy makeup and love getting lost in the goodness of it. I love to play, and it is my new playground, I guess you could say. So I only have a couple of years, and when I do start intentionally using something a lot to get finished or get through it, here's the thing. I finish it, so I don't have, at any given time, any products that just have pan that I just kind of put back into my collection and don't really use. So the number of items I have pan on is pretty minor. So with that in mind, we can go through it. I have a couple of face products, and I also have some different eye products and whatnot. So let's just get into it. And of course, items that are like crayons and twist up whatevers, I mean, you can't really show pan in, so there would probably be a lot more categories of products that I could show, but we'll keep it to something that actually physically has pan. How's that? Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with a product that is just easy, fair game. If you watch my channel, you would already know that I have pan in this. It is in my panning project, and it is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance in 105. And this is what it looks like. I've been very happy with it. Now, in my last update for the panning project, I did identify that I have a bad habit of going up here with my brush, and so I'm starting to use down here just to protect the integrity of the pan. I think that once you hit side pan, it's a lot easier for it to start breaking, and if I drop this thing, I think it has a good chance of shattering. But given that I find that this powder is pretty drying and I don't intend to buy it again because I set my concealer on the under eye, I'm just happy to get through it, but I don't think it's bad enough that I should stop using it. I'm using it today, actually. If you're curious, by the way, about what I am wearing on my eyes and also what I have on my lips and on my nails, I put everything in the description box below. Just in a very short order, I can tell you that my eyeshadow is mostly Estée Edit, and this guy. And I can tell you what I have on my lips is the new Marc Jacobs for the holidays, and it's my first time wearing it, and I really, really like it. It's very subtle, and when I do a BAM eye, I like to have a subtle lip, and despite what it looks like in the container, it's actually pretty subtle. I really like it. Anyway, moving on. All right. Now, one that I have pan on or pan in is this guy. And it is called the Beauty Amplifier Eye Primer. It's basically a powder that nullifies the color on your eyelids. So if you have any kind of veiny areas or whatnot, this color is opaque enough that it will just kind of give you a clean canvas, assuming, of course, that your skin color is a good match for this, because there's only one color available, and I don't even see it on the Sephora site anymore, so it could be that it's discontinued. I have gone through a complete pan of this, and this is my second one, and I just hit pan with the last usage, which is really what motivated me to do this video to begin with. So the Beauty Amplifier, it's $7 or $9 Canadian, and I have gone through, like I said, this is the second one I hit pan. I finished one full one, and I still have 2 other ones because for me, this is the perfect shade. And if I wasn't currently using the Smashbox Matte Exposure and trying to pan that palette for 2019, I would still be using this one. And speaking of, let me just go right into the Matte Exposure to show you the palette I am panning. So this is the palette I'm panning for 2018 and going into and completing 2019. It is the Smashbox Matte Exposure. Now it comes with a brush, and I will right away get rid of it. And here is what it looks like. So as you can see, I have a completely empty pan here, but I can't take credit for it because it's as a result of it falling on the floor twice and having black eyeshadow all over the place. And then finally me emptying out that pan so I didn't have to deal with black eyeshadow falling all over the place for months to come. So it's an empty pan. But I do have a very, very good amount of pan in this one, which is the shade called Buff. And if you want to know what my plan is for the rest of the palette, I will link the Pan That Palette update that I have right here if you want to know more about this palette. But it is very nice that I have a shade that I legitimately hit pan on. And it was funny because the update previous, I was saying, hey, look at the dip, look at the dip. You couldn't even see it. Anyway, there's more in that video, but I have a significant amount of pan and I'm very happy about it. Going back to this little guy, I do want to identify another item in here, and that is the Makeup Forever HD Finishing Powder. And I think you'll see that about half of it is gone out of this pan. And I'll just identify that I do have one of these finished, and I have no doubt that I will finish this one as well. It's a product, though, that I don't focus on a ton, and the reason being that for an HD finishing powder, this size is absolutely fantastic to have to travel, and so I intentionally do not use it unless I'm traveling. But there's not a whole lot left, and within a couple of months of use, it would just be easily be gone, because I only use it in my T-zone, but it's also a small pan. So I thought I would give it an honorable mention because I can definitely go through Makeup Forever High Definition Finishing Powder pretty quick. And I highly recommend. I think the product is great. Any little spot where you are oily, it does a great job of just kind of locking things in and keeping things in place. Another product that I've hit pan on, and I'm so impressed because it took months and months and months. This product lasts forever. I highly recommend it. I have it on my under eye and around my nose today. And it is the Boiing Industrial Concealer. That's what the package looks like. I have it in number 2. And this is the full size. You can get some smaller size in gift packs and stuff, but this is the full size. And this is what it looks like. I have got significant pan in here. And I'm glad I do because it was taking me so long to hit pan, because you only use whatever you need, that I was starting to think it was going to dry up before I had a chance to use it. But by what I can see, I think I'll be able to finish it. And this is great. And if I really think about it, this package, because I think it's a standard pan in here, this is a fantastic package if we need to repress something into a single. So I'm very curious to see how I can clean this up and whether I could use it as a single shadow or blush compact. So, and the reason I'm very curious about this package is because I've had some serious problems with some blushes that have broken, and it was because I depotted a couple of Tarte blushes, and you'll see them here. This one I'm trying to pan, and this is another one. This is Concept, this is Insight, and you can see that I've made some pretty good progress. But just as I'm looking at here, I can see that those pans are just a tiny bit smaller than the pan in the Boiing concealer. And I think what I'm going to try to do is actually displace this pan and put this pan in it. And the reason I want to do that is because I did such a poor job of popping those pans out of the Tarte blush case that they're irregular. But if I have it in something like this with a cap where the pan can't move around so much, I think it would be better protected, and it really doesn't go well into the Tarte Compact anymore because it can move around, whereas when you're twisting something up like this, you can make sure that the blush stays flat. So I'm going to toy with that a little bit and see if I can actually make that happen. And I mean, the blushes are going to take me a while to finish, and this is going to take me a while to finish. So I won't even be revisiting this for, geez, it could take me another couple of months to finish this. Like it, shoot, maybe even 3 months. I'm so bad at estimating panning time. Anyway, just some thoughts that randomly come to me as I'm thinking about panning stuff. I have one more for you. Like I said, it's a short list, but I have some. And this is, pardon how dirty it is. I'm just going to try to wipe a little bit of it off here. It's dirty. I'll get rid of the brush. So it comes with a little brush, but this is an eyebrow product. And what I'm excited about having hit pan on is the wax. And it might not sound like a big deal, but I have been working on this for a long time. So this is the wax and this is the powder. So hopefully you can see that sorry about the camera. I've done quite a bit of damage on the powder, but the powder takes forever. And when I finish pan on this one, I do intend to refill it with wax so I can keep using this powder. I really like this powder. I have it on today actually, and so I used the dark brown for about 3/4 of my eyebrow. Now I went with this brown for the whole eyebrow today because I have quite a bold eye look and I didn't want my eyebrows to get lost in the bold look, so I put more dark coloring than I normally do, but usually I end up using a mixture of these two when I get into the last quarter of my eyebrow. But I really like it. The only dud in this palette is this brow highlight, completely useless. So I've tried using it a number of times and it just, maybe I need to really dig into this. I'm trying it now. Here's the color of it, but it just, maybe now it will, but it just doesn't seem to pick up on the brush all that well. See if me really digging into it has made a difference, but I haven't been super impressed with it so far. And I have a lot of brow highlight pencils right now, so I'm not in a big rush to use this one. And so maybe it's a good thing that it just kind of sits there for a bit. But I'm really happy with the brow wax, and I'm just going to see if I can give you a better view of the pan for the powder. Maybe this is a better spot to look at it. I really have dug into the chocolate side, but maybe 20% maybe is gone. But it, as you know, for powder products, it takes forever sometimes to use up the powder side. So anyway, that is another one that I have hit pan on, at least on the wax side. So that's it. That's my update for the panning products. I hope you enjoyed seeing all that shiny pan. And next time I have quite a few other products that I've hit pan on, I will make sure to do another one of these because I think they're fun. If you have any panning videos that I should check out, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about them, or your panning progress in general if you don't have a YouTube channel. It is just awesome to know what products you find have been easy to pan, hard to pan, that you love to pan, hated to pan, whatever you like. I would love to hear about it. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate it very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.